Believe it or not, there aren't rules in cricket.
What?
Cricket has laws.
Okay.
Far too many to name in one video that a viewer will actually sit all the way through. But in this video, I will explain how cricket works from my American perspective. This is how to play cricket. In an attempt to give the greatest oversimplification that's ever existed in sports, cricket involves a bat, a ball, batsmen, fielders, and bowlers, totaling 11 players on each side, where each team is trying to score more runs than the other team. A bowler will bowl the ball to the opposing batsman, and the batsmen will do all they can to protect their wicket or score runs by running back and forth between the wickets with their partner. Every time they go from one wicket to the next, they score a run. They get a boundary, that's 4 runs. A 6 over the boundary, that's 6 runs. Talking about formats, let's look at the 3 different types. T20 is 3 hours long, ODIs are 8 hours, and Tests, those beauties are 6 hours a day for a maximum of 5 days. And true fans can't get enough of it. Let's start with Tests. It is the oldest format, it's been around the longest. And for all fans of cricket, especially those Indian fans where these highlights are painful, these highlights remind us that you cannot predict it. You cannot schedule it. You have to watch it. You have to live all 5 days if you can, because sometimes it'll end in 3 days and all your wickets will be gone before you even get to 40 runs. Ugh! Test is the only format where both teams get 2 full innings to lose their 10 wickets each inning. Let's look at the scorecard from this day of play. India was leading by 53 runs, and then Australia bowled them all out for 36, and were able to take this one pretty easily. Now let's talk about ODIs, one-day internationals. In ODIs, each team gets a maximum of 50 overs. If they get bowled out, which means they lose all 10 wickets before those 50 overs, then they're done. And now it's the other team's chance to bat. In this match, Australia was chasing New Zealand with a very chaseable score. Eventually, they just needed 4 off 70 balls. They got that 4 on a final 6. They won by 3 runs, but in cricket, we say they won by 6 wickets because New Zealand lost all 10. They only lost 4. They chased in the 39th over. Now for the youngest, and a lot of people agree, the most exciting format of the 3, T20, which was invented just in 2003. It's a much shorter game, much shorter format, a whole lot of runs are scored, and it's all about, once again, outlasting your opponent. In this match, the West Indies needed 19 runs on the final 6 balls, and Brathwaite was a monster, and he was able to hit 6 after 6 after 6 like it was going out of style. He closed out the World Cup win for the West Indies. They won by 4 wickets. They scored 161 to England's 155. If you're going to have laws in cricket, you got to have someone to enforce those laws. That's the job of the umpire. Their word is the final word. It's very important for a cricketer not to argue with an umpire, or a stiff penalty will follow. The umpire will decide if it's a wicket or not. They'll decide if there's a run out. They'll decide if there's a no ball or a wide. And at times, they'll confer with one another to get the decision right. All formats of cricket aren't limited to just men. Women play as well. And if you don't think they can play, don't let them hear you say it. See for yourself. Woo! What exactly does it take? You think you can do that? What about that? You gotta have the reflexes, the hops, the reach, the fortitude mixed up in a chalice of desire. These women have the skills. They have the ability. And don't forget the swag. Yeah! Regardless of gender, regardless of format. How do you play cricket? you have got to have the skill that so few possess to bowl, to bat, to field, to lay it on the line, and don't forget to celebrate, especially when you're one of the best to ever do it. These ladies are cricketers. The bowler. The dreaded bowler. A batsman's worst nightmare, especially a bowler that can strategically give the length they want, the seam, the swing, the spin they want to make your day at the yard a nightmare. A bowler is not just throwing it, or as we say in cricket, bowling it, and hoping for the best. A bowler's not thinking if I bowl it 6 times each over, they're bound to chase something and get out. They have a plan for it to go their way. And if it goes their way, the only thing you're going to be hearing is wood splattered, bails flying. And as you are walking back to your locker room, you're going to hear the cheers echoing in your ears as they ring over and over again. Some batsmen also bowl. We call them all-rounders, and Flintoff has been out a few times in this highlight reel. There he is right there, can't believe it. But here he is bowling and getting a wicket of his own. Oh yeah. He was pace, and this beauty is called spin. It can come fast at you. It can come a little slowly, but have some serious English on it. But a bowler needs a fielder to help him out. The bowler's not going to bowl you out every time. But they bowl strategically. Because they know where their fielders are at. They want to get those fielders set up. And if you're not helping out your bowler, oh, it's a bad day at the yard. That fielder did not do his job. You've got to have fielding in cricket. It is so important. I used to think it was just batting and bowling. Rabada needed that wicket. This fielder didn't let him down. Now Rabada is celebrating because he knows that he did his job and the fielder did theirs. A fielder has to know their position and have the quickness like this wicketkeeper has in order to get the job done. Get to those stumps before the bat gets to the crease. You got to have quickness. You got to have reflexes. Because when you see that out after you made that play, that is the sweetest 3-letter word you've ever seen out in the field. Every fielder has that job, and they all have to do their part to get the job done. Bowling and fielding are essential to cricket. But my favorite aspect of cricket, that's the batting from the batsman. You need someone to outthink the bowlers and score them runs. Batting in cricket is like witnessing a masterpiece being created live. The chills will be surrounding your body. You'll think you're swimming. Are your batsmen ready for the challenge when it gets really, really tough? Can they get that 4? Perfectly placed. Can they get that 6? Doesn't matter where that's placed, as long as it's beyond the boundary. Go get my ball. And then you get rewarded for a hard day's work with that half century, double ton, triple ton, quadruple ton, Mr. Lara. Relentless batting destroys relentless bowling. But if you're not too careful, this is going to happen to you. If you get too cocky, those bowlers and those fielders, they're always lurking. You have to do your job, and ultimately a batsman's job is to protect that wicket. Don't get too cute, because they'll get you out quick. Now, what's the point of telling you how to play cricket without showing you some of the best to ever do it? Cricket's got an amazing history. Very lengthy, and I don't have the kind of time to show you all the greats. But here's a little taste of a few of them. The best in cricket, They know who they are. They're patient. They're skillful. Look at those eyes. They see it before you see it. They know who's going to chase. And sometimes they got to ask for that appeal, but they're going to get it from the umpire. Kevin Peterson's got nothing on that one. They come in with pace. And there ain't nothing you can do about it besides walk away. They come at you with the batting skills. What a mammoth shot that was by one of the best ever. They have all the shots in their arsenal, but they also know how to field. There's only a few people on the planet that can do that. Robbie. We learn about the past so we can progress in the future. But there are times when you watch a legendary player at work, you watch their highlights and you realize there's no recreating that perfection. Watch their stance. Watch their approach. Watch how they play the ball as it comes at them from the bowler. Watch them baffle. Watch them anticipate and send it over the yard. Whether it's admiring the past or the present or the recently retired, there's no shortage of goosebumps in this sport. All you need to do is watch it. Anything worth learning is going to take time. But think about the way you're spending that time. Legendary batsmen, baffling bowlers, no regard for the body fielders. I have loved learning about cricket for the last 2 years, and I can't wait to learn more. If you want more, don't forget to like and subscribe. And that's how you play cricket.